2014 GMC, and we could I don't know the exact model on this particular one, but we could tell it was one of the van conversions, and it's a single cab. So what we come over here charge wise, here's if it was a you know, a pickup, but probably a C or a Suburban or something like that, it would be 970 grams. And let me see if I could zoom in there so you see what I'm talking about. There you go. And then we could see if it was the van, like this was on a van chassis, but they put a box truck on the back of it. If it had dual air conditioning, you see the two snowflakes, one snowflake in the rear, one in the front. That means two evaporators. You'd be 1,410 grams. But we only have one evaporator in the front for the passenger compartment, so we're 810 grams. 134 PAG oil. And of course they have a book with information. It says read, but nobody pays attention to that. So that's the problem. Now imagine if you had a setup like this. You could have it on a little rack, and you could have a recovery unit, you could have a vacuum pump, you could have a charge scale and tank on one side, and you could have a recovery tank on the other side, and you could have it all on a push cart, something like this, or one of the big four-wheel push carts in your shop. You can have nitrogen tank on the top. We'll get into that. I'll make a video about making up a cart system, whether it's a really narrow upright one or a wider spaced cart one with leak detection for high pressure nitrogen and the whole thing, but that's in a future video. Right now we're gonna get onto this, and it's been on the vacuum pump for about 45 minutes now, and I just turned off the vacuum for the last 10 minutes. But I've only been recording it for the last 4 minutes, if you could see right here. And if you could see that flat, steady line, you can see that the vacuum has basically stalled out somewhere right around 974 microns, 75 microns. That is where it's staying. That is the moisture content. This system has been dead for years. It's been sitting out here for the last year or so. And so all I'm doing is seeing if it works. And I did not jump right into nitrogen like I normally would do on a customer. I'm just jumping the gun on this one, skipping that procedure. I went right into vacuum. Just because I hold vacuum does not mean it won't leak under pressure. It could have a gaping leak, big crack, big enough to put a pencil through on a hose, but because you have it on the vacuum and the crack is oily and the vacuum pulls the hose together and it seals up really tight. So that's scenarios that I have seen in the past. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge this one. It's running to charge up the battery because it had a super flat battery. Actually, let's turn the vacuum on. Watch what happens when I turn the vacuum on. I'm going to open up this port to go to vacuum, and you're going to see it drop down. Okay, so now the vacuum is completely on. You're gonna see it drop down there. If I can get you there. You see that line going down? And it'll go down to the limitation of the moisture, or if there was refrigerant content stuck inside the oil, but the moisture, it will only pull down to the limitation of as fast as any refrigerant or oil could boil out. That would be the limitation, even though I'm using the big 3/4 hose and the field piece. The limitation is the moisture content right now. So let's turn off this engine. Hopefully the battery is charged enough. Got the leak detector warming up. It's ready to go. Let's kill. There we go. We're gonna hope for a good battery, We don't need vacuum no more. And as you can see, the vacuum cannot pull down below that 880 microns due to the limitation of the vapor pressure that is outgassing from the system. If the system was clean and dry, I could go right down below 100 microns easy in 5 minutes flat. But it's not a clean, dry system. It's an old used system. So let me turn off the... There we go. Let's switch this back over to pressure because we're about to fill it up. So, and you can see it climbing back up that I shut it back off. So let's go over here. Now we're back to pressure. Let's link tool. Oh, I don't have the temperature gauges on. Sorry guys, but you can see the 29.7. So I got nothing hooked up other than the pressure, because that's all I'm doing here. We want 880 grams, I believe it was 810 grams. I always like to make mistakes. So if you see right there, 810 grams. So let's disconnect. Let's do it the improper way and yank a wire. There, that really gets some people going. I normally don't do that, but that's just for TV. Have to push some buttons on some people. It gets their, triggers them. All right, tank is steady. That's been steady. We're steady here. So let's put in 810 grams. I think I have it open there. Let's, oh, it'd be nice if I turned on the scale. Oh, scale was on, I just didn't have this on. Let's link up, wireless Bluetooth. We're linked, let's zero it out. Zero it out. Let's make sure it works. Always make sure it works. 210 every time. Take it off, zeros out. Now, let's watch the weight of the refrigerant go into the system. I have the vacuum off, I have the low side off. We are gonna watch the weight of the refrigerant, 810 grams. As soon as I crack open this liquid line right here, because this is liquid, the tank is upside down, go into the system. 1, 2, hey, it's not focused. Get that out of your eyes. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We're already at 300 grams, 400 grams, 5, 6, 7. Let me shut it off. Oh, I shut it off too soon. 8, 10. Come on. What are we gonna do? 800. Good enough for government work. Now let's start it up and hope it works. Okay. I'm squeezing in here. All right, let's make sure. It's a good thing I'm skinny, because there's not much room to get in there. On maximum. I got no temperature sensors in here. I think, yep, it's already feeling cold. It's working. This is a old fixed piston, General Motors product. And what do we have? And it'd be nice if I opened up the low side, but we're at 120 on the high side. I got no temperature sensors hooked up to this entire system. It'd be nice if I had the low side going here. There we go. 25 on the low side. So I'll data log that a little bit. I'll add some temperature sensors, and we'll come back to this video in video number 2. Pressures, let's get that down there. And we will see it just starting to see the little tiny red line starting right there. And our green line is right there at 25 PSI. We'll let that go for a few minutes while I go get temperature sensors. I have 3 more cars to do here, so I got to get hooked up to the other cars and get those out. I got 2 recoveries and 2 recharges, and I got to get onto those, but I'll come back to this one for the video for today. This is my day's video. All right, be back. You can see it, what are we down to? 25.4. And we're at there 123 PSI. All right, we'll be back. Next video.